Welcome back.
It's been a while.
It's a long time no see.
Yeah.
Uh, oh God, it's been a while. Every time I hear that, I think of Thomas because of the song. He always just the
It's
worst
been a
way.
while.
Been a while, like, and he does it as bad as possible, intentionally.
I don't know if he could do it good, so do you think Thomas has a singing voice?
I know for a fact Thomas doesn't because of all the small things.
I could just
It's so bad, but
I'm just picturing him singing it.
but I also feel like it's oh where'd you go? Where did you go?
Oh, did I like
You disappeared on me.
oh no. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you, yeah,
Okay, that's good.
but I don't see
Can,
you.
can you see me now?
No. Found you. I don't know what happened, but I found
Did
you.
did it good? I would love to try that one where whoever's talking pops up on the screen and see what happens.
We
See what
can.
kind of like crazy
Totally.
mess that would be. Who would keep popping up and who wouldn't?
Yeah, that would be fun. Um, I almost feel like Tom, like part of it with all the small things is intentional because like
The guy's voice is like, oh, the small things.
small things, like he can't. That was the biggest one of the funniest things at the concert. He was just like, I know all you out there. I've seen you all trying to do my act, like trying to impersonate me, and guess what? You all suck. None of you are as good as me. And then when it got to the when they were playing Where Are You? And he came on to sing it, everybody, where are
Where are
you? Like as
you?
bad as possible. It was the best thing ever.
Erica used to do that so often. I could hear her across the house. She'd be like, "Where are you?"
So hard
And
if
then
I'm
she just
out.
like sing, and she did it with the voice, and she'd always do it with the voice.
Oh yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
It's so hard if you're out in public, like if I'm at the gym and that's on my gym playlist, it probably shouldn't be because I just want to say it out loud and as loud as
Oh.
possible.
I bet like if you did it though, people around you would be like, "I know exactly what she's listening to."
Yeah, they would reply.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Oh
Oh God.
God. All right, so yeah, I got table topics. My week wasn't as entertaining as your week. It's just been busy. I don't know what's going on. Everybody wants insurance, and I don't know if it's because I'm leaving, and they're just like,
Usually how
she's
it
leaving.
happens.
Yeah. So it's just been nothing but back-to-back appointments. Um, and cleaning and trying to get the house ready for Dave and Edie to come dog sit.
Mm.
So it's just been crazy. But uh I went through all of these table topics that we have because, we've got a slew of them. And I
I
picked out
slew
a
them.
few, a slew,
Okay.
that I thought could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, we're gonna level up each time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which national park would you like to visit?
Oh, I
I have a
immediately
few.
know.
Go ahead.
Well, I guess I have two.
Okay. Yeah, I have three. Three.
I'll say my least of the two.
Okay.
Okay. Definitely Redwood.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of mine.
And then the next one would be Yellowstone for sure.
Okay. Yellowstone is not one of mine. I feel like it should be. It's I think in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Shenandoah State Park. It was nice. Uh I wasn't there to specifically be at the park. I was there for a college tour. But I got to go through like some of the crystal caves and stuff, which was really neat. We are going to Volcano National Park in Hawaii. which is like number
Oh.
one on my list, and then
Mhm.
redwood. I would also like to go to Glacier National Park in Montana. I think that would be really cool. Yeah. All right. What band did you like as a teenager, but are now embarrassed by, or embarrassed to admit that you liked?
I don't think I'm embarrassed about any of them.
I'm not necessarily embarrassed, but there's one that like I absolutely loved as a preteen and then stopped listening to. And that's the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, I listen to them a lot too, but I
Yeah.
still wouldn't be embarrassed about that.
No,
Like we were
not
preteen.
embarrassed at all.
That was
Exactly.
classic preteen stuff. Like
Yeah.
Big Time Rush. I still talk about Big Time Rush. Big Time Rush is
Do you
awesome.
really? I think
Yes,
Geralt is
they
sniffing
still
the door. Oh, hello. You wanna say hi? You gonna chill? Okay, cool. He's not as intrusive as Rosemary.
Oh. Yeah. But
Big
like
Time Rush.
mhm. They did something recently together.
Did they?
All together. Yeah. But like I saw they were like my first concert.
Did
So,
you hear that?
no.
He just went brrr.
Because you just got
My
comfortable.
he's just wandering around, smelling the floor. You do you, man. You do
He's Roomba-ing.
you. Yeah.
That's what we
My
call Twiggy, the dog, our radiologist dog. She comes in, and that's what she does most of the time when she's
she's
in
the
our room.
Roomba.
She just walks around and sniffs. And my director calls her a Roomba.
It's funny.
She'll like eat up the crumbs and stuff that she finds.
My first concert was the Cheetah Girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget they existed, but I like the
I
Cheetah
know.
Girls.
I
Cheetah
also
Girls were
sometimes forget
good.
that.
I
Yeah,
still
they
listen to
were.
them occasionally.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, come on. You're gonna tell me on the treadmill you don't listen to Strut?
No, I don't. I listen
Next
to a
time you're on a treadmill,
podcast.
next time you're on a treadmill, put Strut on.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I listen to a podcast when I'm on the treadmill. I don't. The
I have like
music
a
gets
whole
me too
there's like a
hype.
playlist, like a treadmill playlist
Okay,
that you can just
yeah.
like walk and I don't know if it's the marching band in me that I just like immediately have to walk to the beat.
I do it too. That's why I put on the podcast. Because there's no beat.
But yeah, yeah. And then I'm trying to think if there was anybody because now I'm like trying to think of these old ones. There has to be another one out there. I just like glitched on the screen.
Um, other old, not even old, but bands that we listened to as kids. I don't know. I was a big Metallica kid.
I listened to a lot
Um,
of Nickelback. A
oh,
lot of Nickelback.
I
I
never
listened to
really
a
got into
lot.
Nickelback.
And then that was the time where everybody's like, Nickelback sucks. And now all of a sudden all these people are like, it's actually really not that bad. And I'm like, it was never bad. It was always good. You followed the crowd. Everybody told you to hate them, so you just
Yeah,
hated
you were
them.
just like, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
Nickelback was awesome.
I never got into Nickelback like that. I was like classic rock. Like, thank you for your input. Like Queen, Eric Clapton, Led Zeppelin,
Mhm.
Pink Floyd. That's what I grew up with. And then as I started to develop in my music tastes, which was honestly super strange because at like, I don't know, 6, I was like, I want to play violin. My brother plays guitar. I have never been exposed to the violin prior to that, and I was just like, I want to do it. So then my musical tastes took like a serious fork in the road, and we went uh real dark and heavy this way with like Metallica, Rammstein, um, Rob Zombie, like the Escape the Fate, like that kind of
Mhm.
vibe.
You never got into Corn?
My mom
There's a
listened to
few Corn
Korn.
songs out there that I actually really like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was. I listened to it, but it wasn't completely the whole, you know.
They have a new
But
album out.
do they?
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to
There's
listen
like
to it.
I think there's like one or two songs in the new album that I also like,
I'll have to listen to it.
which is crazy because Corn is like a hardcore,
It's
like,
yeah, it's
yeah,
intense. It's
yes.
intense. But then on this side, right? It's like, ew, Tchaikovsky and Mozart. You know?
That's what I thought so odd that like so I went through well, obviously I didn't really listen to my own music growing up. I listened to my
Mhm.
mom's music and she always listened to Boston, Bad
Love them.
Company, Kansas. Like
Yeah,
that's
love
those are the
Kansas.
bands that she loved.
Yeah.
So that's always what I listen to. And Fleetwood Mac, which is why I listen to a lot of Fleetwood Mac songs now still. Um but that's all the stuff that I listened to growing up because I didn't have access to listen to my own music. I
Right.
didn't have this stuff.
Right.
I didn't have an iPod. I didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
All my stuff was hand-me-downs.
Yep.
So if I got them, I got whatever music my brothers were putting on it or their
Yep.
girlfriends were putting on it.
Hmm.
And God bless my one brother's girlfriend who loaded up one of her old iPods for me. She put over like 10,000 freaking songs on it and
There you
handed it
go.
to me and
Yeah.
go, here you go. And that's how my music taste opened up drastically because she was one of those people that listened to everything.
Yeah.
She had everything in there from heavy metal, rap to pop. Like she had literally everything you could possibly imagine
Yeah.
in there. And I would listen to and there was ones that I've never even heard of bands I've never even heard of that I was like, these songs are good. And I would have never have known that this band even existed if she
Uh-huh.
didn't she put everything on there. She never asked for the iPod back either. She had given me a tiny one at first
Okay.
and she
Like
put
the
a little bit on
Nano
it.
or
The
something.
Nano, yeah. And then she was like, can I get that back? She goes, I want to start running and I want to use that. And she had the big bulky one, like the
Okay.
big
Yeah.
brick one.
Hmm.
She was like, I'm
That
gonna
look
give you
like
this
an
one instead.
iPhone.
Yeah. So then she filled that one up, and that one had a lot more memory in it. So she filled that one up. She goes, here, just take this one. She goes, I want the other one because I want to start. She was like going on runs and stuff, and it's easier with the Nano
Yeah.
than
You just
yeah.
clip it onto your shirt.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's how I got a lot of music. That was the only way I got it. Or if my
Was
mom bought
through
me
other
CDs.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
And listening
Uh,
to the radio and whatever my mom had in the house, which occasionally would be like a Now CD. Like
oh
my brothers would
wow.
get the Now CDs. I had like Now 6. What are they on? Like, what are they on now? Like
I don't
now
want to
100
know.
and something.
I don't, probably
So
more than that.
yes. So yeah, that's just change. Oh, look, it changed colors. Mhm.
Well,
It's making rain sounds right now. It was playing guitar the entire time we were.
I didn't
You
hear
changing
it.
your color too? No, because this microphone is really good. I don't know if this will pick up the. Can I go to a different color?
Oh, that looks pink.
There's
Or
blue.
wait. Blue? Oh, that looks green. Blue?
I can change this to any color as well. I just need my phone, which is currently recording. But I can also set this up so this is only showing me colors too. Um,
Um, yeah, I got a lot of my music taste from my brother and my mom too, but then I started figuring things out on my own when I went in because no one in my family knew anything about classical music. I was the definition of the black sheep. I am the black sheep because I was this tomboy that loved pirates and history and rock and roll, whose brother played guitar and whose mom was like huge into going to rock concerts and everything. And here I am going, I'm gonna play violin. It just
Yeah.
made zero sense.
Yeah, and also I'm trying to figure out when, but at some point, and I want to say it was probably like end of middle school
Mhm.
is when I like took a turn, maybe seventh grade or something, when I like started listening to country music. And then I got really into country music.
Okay. I will admit that is the one genre that I haven't been able to fully like. I like Zach Brown Band, and I
Mhm.
like certain things that I guess are classified as country, but they're not. I'm trying to think of, okay, I don't know. Is Kane Brown a country singer? Don't kill me if
Hmm.
he's not. Okay,
Yeah,
like
he
it's
is.
not that into the
His wife
genre.
sings too.
Does she?
There's a song I think that yeah that they sang together.
Oh,
She's
that's
not a
cute.
like she's not like she doesn't do it for a living.
Okay.
She went to Berkeley. She got her degree in music something, some kind of
Okay.
music thing. That's
Yeah.
what she went to school for. She finished her degree. I mean, Kane Brown was already very famous at this point.
Okay.
They were married and she still
Mhm.
finished her degree. Like
Amazing.
she
Love
didn't have to
that.
do shit. She was like
No,
set for the rest of her life and she was like, "No, I'm getting my degree."
I love that she did
So
that.
she got her
That's awesome.
degree. And I was like, "Oh, well, I know she's a big music person." And then they came out with the song Thank God.
Hmm.
I think that's what it's called, Thank God. You can look it up after this. It literally says
I
by
will.
Kane Brown and
His
I'm trying to
wife.
remember his wife's name. Some
That's really
Caitlin
cute.
Brown. Yeah. And all of a sudden she's in this song and everybody's like, where the hell have you been hiding her? Her voice is like amazing. And she needs to write an album. Like
Oh.
her voice is beautiful.
Oh.
And like
I'll
the
I'll look
music
it up.
video is them together. So yeah, so look it up. It's called Thank God.
I will. I'll look it up.
And it's
I
about like their marriage
saw
and stuff. But like, yes. And then
a what was
the second
oh
thing I cried about today was the country song. And it was called Light On in the Kitchen. It's by Ashley McBride.
huh?
And it's called Light On in the Kitchen. And it's kind of like a self-love kind of song.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's so sweet. So you should look that one up too.
I
Because it's
don't know
very
if I want to
sweet. And
cry.
it's like a story thing. And it's like
Oh.
things her mom always told her to do. Leave the light
Oh.
on in the kitchen. Like don't like that kind of thing. And there's a part of it where like she's like, boys are dumb, but you're gonna find you one.
All right. All
Yeah, and
right.
it's so cute. She's a great singer as well. She's also the one that she did this little singing group with people that she's got a song called Tina Put Your Bra On, and it's about in a trailer park, these women that live in this one trailer and the trailer next to them, the guy got caught cheating. It's a story. It's the funniest shit.
All right. I will delve into this a little bit.
Ashley McBride is her name.
All
She's
right.
got a lot of good songs out, actually. She does like a lot of the I mean, like her funny ones are. Oh, she also has one called Bonfire. Bonfire at Tina's,
Is this the
I
same
think.
Tina that needs to put her bra on?
God, I wish I knew. Hold on. We're gonna minimize this
Okay.
because now I gotta look
I
this up.
While you
Oh,
look
it's
that up,
Brenda. It's Brenda Put Your Bra On. And
uh
then it's Brenda Put Your Bra On. And then it's Bonfire at Tina's. And Bonfire
interesting.
at Tina's is the aftermath because Tina was the girl that was getting cheated on. And there's a part in Brenda Put Your Bra On where they're talking about the girl that's like sleeping with the guy. And they're like, yeah, well, basically she's known for her looks, but she won't look so good once Tina puts her ass through a table. It's a
Oh,
great song. And then Bonfire at Tina's is like small town women weren't meant to get along. but you burn one of us, you burn us all. And then it's
Yeah.
all the girls drinking around a fire and hanging out
Oh
together when they usually
man.
don't. So yeah, it's great. I mean, that's like that whole little thing that she made is hilarious because it's just like little stories. But like Light On in the Kitchen is like super, like it's so cute.
All
So
right.
I
I'll
cried to
work.
that on the way home,
I will
which
work myself
usually
up
I
to it.
don't. I'm like, it's a cute song and
Oh,
it's like nice to listen to. But I'm hormonal and I was
yeah.
already upset about not having Buffalo Wild Wings. I already cried about that. And then
You're making me want Buffalo Wild Wings so bad.
I know. I still want it. Um, so then that song came on the way home, and usually sometimes I'll skip it because I'm like, it's slow.
Yeah.
It's like a slow, like calming song.
Hmm.
I mean, she sang it at some award show. I don't know if it was CMAs last year or the AMAs.
Hmm.
It might have been the CMA Awards, not this past year, but the year before. And literally her backdrop behind her, everything behind her was just kitchen table lights. Like every kind of kitchen table light you could possibly imagine. The really old ones that used to be made out of wood, the ones that were like stained glass. Like literally, I've probably seen some of these in houses. I literally looked at one, I was like, that looks like the one that's in my mom's house. Like, like it was
All
one of those
right.
things where it was like took you back to like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, my mom always left a light on in the kitchen at night. Like it was just one of the things that she did.
Yeah.
She always left a light on in the kitchen. So that became something that I always did. I always left a light on in the kitchen.
I also leave a light on in the kitchen. Logan thinks I'm weird for it.
No, it's a thing. It's an
I
actual
know.
thing. And now there's
I
a song
know.
about it that you can listen to. Look, it's literally called, well, she literally says in it, always leave the light on in the kitchen.
Yeah. Now
Or
I'm glad
there's
that I'm
another
not
thing in it
crazy.
where she's just like, pancakes just taste better after midnight.
Oh, I made protein pancakes for breakfast yesterday. Oh, I love pancakes. All right. You want to do tattoos or clothing? Pick one.
Tattoos.
All right. If you got a tattoo, what kind would you get and where would you put it?
All right, I have
I think I
multiple
know the answer.
ideas.
I know the answer to one. I also have multiple ideas. I am
I
currently
don't know if I
working
ever
with
told you
Logan to
about the
design
one that I
one.
had because I had a really big one that I had an idea about.
No, I don't think you told me about that.
Okay, so I'll start with some of the smaller ones. So I always wanted that like I would not get it now, but the one that was like is that a dandelion? What's the one with little fuzzies that would like fly away? The weed, basically. You pick them up in the yard, you go on them, and they all,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
that, and it was basically like a breeze coming by and they flying away, and it was like there was also like some Carrie Underwood lyric that went with it, or something like
Okay.
that. So
Very
some
similar
kind
to
of
my
like
tattoo.
almost kind of like till I see you again kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I also wanted a dog paw
Hmm.
that was like the really thin tattoo kind of like
Fine line.
fine line,
Hmm.
yes. And then
I'm
it kind
all
of
about
almost
fine line
had like
tattoos.
floral designs inside of it, but all
Yep.
fine line. And
Yeah.
then and it would say like Thor for Thor, yeah. And then I was trying to figure out if that's my child screaming or if that's Juniper crying.
Geralt is also whining. He's in the background going,
So yeah, so that's one. I was that dream catcher girl that was like, I want a dream catcher. I don't want one anymore. That's why I'm
the
glad I didn't get any of this shit. Cause I'm like, I look back and I'd be
so
like, this is stupid.
uh,
Yeah.
I
But
have
my
been
big one that I always wanted and I
yeah.
still want, and that girl on TikTok that I sent you her video,
Mhm.
you saw her red roses that she did with that
They were
dark.
so good.
That is exactly how I pictured the rose one that I want, and I wanted to start like down on my hip, on partially on my thigh,
Okay.
going all the way up my side, just to under boob, like right on my
Ooh.
ribs, all like a whole thing of roses down, and then inside the roses, like pearls overlaying on top of them. And I wanted to get it for my grandmother.
I love that.
That is what I've wanted
Ooh.
since I was a teenager, and I still want it. And it's a whole body thing, but I don't know. That would be, oh my God, that would be so much money. That would be so much money, and like so much time.
Honestly, not as much as you think. It's how much time.
Yeah,
Because I can tell you right now, you're not going to be able to do that in one session.
no. If I did do that one though, that girl on TikTok
Yeah.
out in New Ringgold,
Yeah.
I'd be going to
I
her for
so
damn sure.
I've been
I
looking
love her art.
into one, the removal for my tattoo because my tattoo artist screwed it up and put an extra the in the lyrics. And I also I'm not a fan of the feather that she did. So I was talking to Logan about it and I was like, honestly, like it's not that expensive. I can put up with the pain. I'm just not gonna do it yet. Like I'll
Mhm.
get there
Do you
because
think
it's
another
a
artist could
process.
cover up that feather with like a different feather?
I don't know. That was one thing that I was talking to him about because I was like, if that is possible and they could just even go in and like feather it out more, it's just so boxy the way that she
Just-
did it, and
If
I
she
don't
could, yeah.
understand it.
There's some artists that can really fix stuff like that.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that, but then I was also contemplating removing everything but keeping the birds that are there because that wouldn't look bad. Um, obviously haven't made a decision yet. Can you hear him?
Now I can.
You want it in here. But I really want a spine tattoo, and I've wanted it for a long time.
So do I.
Yeah, I've wanted
One
it
of my
for
coworkers
long.
just got one. Hers is
Mhm.
awesome. And I said, she
I,
she was, I just got one. Do you want to see it? And I was like, yeah, I want to see it.
of course.
And I was like, I freaking love that. And there's so many designs that I've been looking at that I'm like, I love all of these. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I finally
like
broke
just like
down.
the thin one that basically just goes
Hmm.
down.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
told
feel like Jamie
Logan
has one.
that wouldn't surprise me.
I feel like Jamie has one. Erica has a back tattoo.
Does she?
It's big. It's big.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like a,
I
what is that called? Like a Mandela? Like one of those.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's
Yeah.
kind of
It's one
like
of
a
those.
flower, but it's not.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's one of those and it's huge. It takes up
Well,
like a good portion of her upper back.
oh my God.
It's giant. She has so many freaking tattoos.
I don't want color. I want all black,
Black.
gray, or black and white, or just black.
Hmm.
Um, but I am obsessed with fine line tattoos.
Yeah.
They're amazing. You need a really good artist for it. And I think I found one, but in terms of what it would actually be, I looked at Logan and I was like, I need help narrowing it down because it's there's too many to choose from.
Hmm.
So, because I designed the one that I have, even though the artist fucked it up, I designed it. So I was like, I want to do the same. I want to design the one on the back on my back. And he originally was going to school to be a tattoo artist. And I looked at him and I was like, I will take your help and your input, but I want creative control. So we're
But it
going
is
through.
mine in the end. So
Yeah, tis
it's his
mine.
going
Tis
on my
going on
body.
me.
Yes.
So we were starting to go through, and I was trying to make a list because I want it to be like different symbols that
Hmm.
essentially symbolize certain things that are important to me instead of getting like a million, not a million, but like multiple other tattoos. It's
Hmm.
just one tattoo of each thing. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. So I'm going through and trying to narrow that down. But that's the one that I want is on my back, on my spine. don't know how fun that one's gonna be. When I got my rib cage tattoo, the area that hurt the most was my back, and that was like the farthest back part of my rib, and that's just
Hmm.
because that's where all the shading is.
Yeah.
Um, but everything else wasn't that bad, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. I got that when I was on my 21st birthday. I got that. All right. Before it kicks us out, we got three that I'm actually, I changed my mind. We got two. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
What body part are you attracted to the most?
I know I know I have an answer to this.
Okay.
Okay. This is gonna get very specific. Okay. Has to be shirtless, back, upper shoulders. It's a weird answer, but
That is so specific.
it's very specific. But I have to tell you, it's one of those things. Like if I see Brian's working in the yard or something, and he comes in and he's like takes his shirt off and he turns around because he's got muscles. It's that muscle, like I don't know. But I was like that.
I know what you
And it's
mean.
very odd, yeah, you know exactly what I'm
Hmm.
talking about. It's
Hmm.
very oddly specific.
Hmm. It's so specific.
Yes. But
Um,
that's it. And so I was like, I immediately was like, I know exactly what this is.
well, now my answer is gonna sound like I'm just trying to be PG and nice because mine is eyes.
I have a hard time making eye contact, so I can't say eyes.
I do too, but when I do make eye contact, I can tell if they're a good person or not,
Mhm.
and that is most important to me. Like
I mean,
you can tell a lot about somebody.
I always, obviously before we got together, I was like his eyes. I mean, his eyes are
He's got blue
like
eyes,
blue, like
blue
very
blue,
blue.
like Frank Sinatra blue.
Like, yeah, like
Ba, ba, ba. Okay. Um, the last one is, does size matter?
I feel like it depends on what form of size you're talking about. Because we're gonna have two different opinions on this. We've talked about this before.
Yes, we
All right.
have. But there are
To me,
reasons. There are reasons.
yes. To me, length does not matter.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm, mhm,
It's girth that
mhm.
matters.
I
All
was
right.
waiting for it.
But also, I'm gonna make this point. They have to know what the fuck they're doing. They can have a
Oh my
big dick
God,
and
yeah.
not know what the fuck they're doing, and it doesn't really
It
matter.
doesn't matter
It
at
doesn't
that
matter
point.
at all. All right.
Men.
Brian's not anything special, and he says it all the time because he calls it his cocktail weenie. And that's what he calls it. Which I'm like, it's all right. I was like, trying to say that like you're really small. Like you're not small, so I don't want like stop saying that. But
Right.
like he also knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, that matters a lot.
That matters a lot. Yes.
There are
So
3 points that you could potentially hit.
yeah, we've
They
discussed
don't
this
know
before.
that. Yeah, they don't know that. There are 3 points.
Uh-huh.
Think of it like a triangle, two on the
Yes.
side, one on the top. And they don't know that. And they need to know that. You need
I
to
feel
know what you're
like
doing.
I
Do a
think
little research.
I also think I don't think it's the fact that they don't know. It's the fact that some of them don't care.
That too. Which is the most frustrating thing in the world
Hmm.
because, like, we're not play toys. And that's how a lot of a lot of them treat
Yes.
us.
Yes.
And I'm sure it goes the other way around. But
Yeah.
I feel like for the most part, it's like, okay, I'm done with you. Like, you can go. Because no matter what, they can go. We can't.
Hmm.
It takes a lot of work for us. And it's not our fault if you're not.
If you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok where a girl had a PlayStation controller And
Mhm.
she was like, "Would you do this to your PlayStation controller?" And she took like the knob and she was like, and she goes, "No, you would do this, wouldn't you? And this, wouldn't you?" And she was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I
Yeah.
want you to keep that in mind."
Yeah.
I was like,
Treat
this is exactly on point too.
treat us as well as you treat your PlayStation controller.
Which that that's really not great either because people really beat on
No.
their PlayStation controllers. People throw them
Yeah.
across the room.
I know. Oh God.
We don't button
Yeah.
mash.
No, there's no need to button mash. What are you in such
Yes.
a hurry for?
Yeah.
You know? Like I thought we were just trying to have fun.
Don't be
But
that person in Mortal Kombat that just button mashes. Use actual combos.
and if you don't know the combos, take the time to learn.
Yes, learn them.
Oh God. Yeah, so I guess technically, since there are 3 points, size doesn't necessarily matter. But just because there are 3 points doesn't mean that they're equally pleasurable for the woman.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. So it depends on the woman, I guess.
Yep.
If that's what we're referring to. If we're referring to fruit and veg, I would be equally happy with an itty bitty cucumber. And a large cucumber. Same with strawberries.
Wait. Okay, we only have a minute and 50 some seconds left, and I have a would you rather. Would you rather have a guy with a really nice, all right?
Mhm.
Exactly how you want it, doesn't know
Yeah.
what the fuck he's doing, or a guy who's really has really strong mouth game, but has a micro penis? That's a tough one, isn't it? Because think
Am
about it,
I allowed to
strap-ons
take
exist.
control? Am I allowed to take control?
Well, yes,
Hmm.
but keep in mind, strap-ons exist.
Would he wear one? Is he willing to wear one?
I mean, I
Is
feel like
that
most of the
is
guys are
that an
probably
option?
willing to wear. I feel like they would be willing. I mean, like, I feel like
How
if you
would
have
that
one of those,
work?
you kind of almost have to be willing to wear one.
But how would that work? Because it's not. How would that work?
We have less than a minute.
Okay. Mouth game.
Mouth game. Yep.
Although, it's that's difficult because like if I'm allowed to take control, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
But then,
like,
like, you
but
have to
it's
be in
not
control
as fun.
100% of the time. It's not as fun.
Exactly. It's not as
Exactly.
fun.
Yes.
So
All
yeah,
right.
mouth game.
All right. Let's wrap this up
Okay.
before it kicks us off.
Have a good week.
You as
We
well.
will
Have fun on vacation.
thank you. I can't wait. I'm stressed about traveling, but it'll be fine.